Jim, you asked earlier about balance sheets, and I want to, in the favor report today, I do want to talk about a company that I haven't spoken about in some time, in part because its market value is so low. I'm talking about Altice USA. It's a company we used to talk about when we talked about Comcast, our parent company, or Charter, two of the larger providers, of course, of what we still call cable, but really broadband services in the country. Altice, not part of that conversation, in part because, again, its market cap is now $2 billion and going down. But it's got $24 billion in debt. $24 billion in bonds that have been issued. Remember, this is a Drahi company, Patrick Drahi, owner of Sotheby's. Big owner, by the way, I'll get to this in a minute, of British Telecom, BT, what they call now BT. And there's the capital structure for Altice. Still trading at about 6, talking 6 times. I'm looking at a Goldman note on it, which has the capital structure and the maturity schedule, taking a look at sort of the leverage ratios in the last 12 months, gross and net, about 6 times, maybe 6.2. But the quarter and why the stock is getting crushed yet again, well, their revenues were down 7%. They lost 43,000 broadband subs during the quarter. Many had expected that would be not quite as bad. They also lost video subs of 82,000. And they're still spending aggressively to upgrade a lot of their plant against tough competition to upgrade it to fiber to the home. So that sort of gives you a sense for Altice. But in this kind of an environment, you have to start to look to the other side, to the debt side, because, again, you look at that company and you're like, well, it's $2 billion, who cares? But $24 billion in debt is held by bondholders.
Wow, David.
And that becomes a question. Also, Drahi's interesting because he does like to operate on leverage, and I mentioned BT. Take a look at that stock. Trades, obviously, in London. I think he owns, at last count, 18% of that. He also owns all of Sotheby's. Just worth, again, a miss there from BT. They continue to say no changes planned. I don't believe in terms of their spending at this point, looking at some of the takeaways from the call. Determined not to concede any retail market share. CEO acknowledged price rises are a risk if competitors don't follow suit. But that gives you a sense there. And in markets like this, eventually, guys who've been very levered, you start to at least wonder.
Boy, David.